the Nashville Predators and the Colorado Avalanche. We'll start with that matchup. And obviously, the headline coming in with this one is that the Predators are going to be without UC Saros for a lengthy period of time. David Rittich looks like the starter against the Colorado Avalanche, and that's going to be really tough for the Nashville Predators, who had a great season. I think better than a lot of us expected, and Colorado was just as good, maybe even better than we expected. So personally, guys, I've got the Colorado Avalanche taking this series in 5 games. Thoughts on this series, guys?
Well, I really wanted to take Nashville because of their size, their playing style, the momentum of their season, because you said, there's been adversity. We didn't really expect them to make the playoffs, thought they were going to be a basement team. But no Saros, that is absolutely huge. We've raved about him all year and how he's been integral to get them here to the playoffs. So I'm going to have to give it to Colorado. Also, the most penalized team in the league is taking on the most favored penalty-wise team in the league, and the NHL's darling. So I think there's going to be a little bit of sketchiness going on there, and special teams in the playoffs are huge. So even though after the last couple of years, I've begun to doubt the seriousness of the Colorado Avalanche in the playoffs, I'm taking them here also in 5, Harp.
Yeah, I'm also taking Colorado here. I think you'd be a lunatic not to. They lost their goalie, which is the only reason. I guess I shouldn't say the only reason, because they've had a lot of really good seasons from key guys like Forsberg, Duchesne, Roman Josi. Oh my God, he might win the Norris Trophy. But they lose their starting goalie. Their backup, who is now their starter, is David Rittich, and he wasn't even an NHL goalie at times last season, so he's been subpar this year. UC Saros has obviously carried the load, and they're not going to be able to play him. So I just think Colorado is better up front with their forwards. They have a better defense core, and if you want to say, okay, Josi is extremely good, well, guess who's on the other side? Cale Makar. He's just as good, if not better, and younger. And goaltending obviously goes to Colorado as well. The season series, though, this is where it gets a bit interesting. 3-1 in favor of Nashville. So, again, who knows? These teams might not match up stylistically, but at the end of the day, I'm picking Colorado in 4. Money Puck's got them at 79%, guys. This is the most lopsided series in these playoffs. And if Nashville wins, some, very few, mind you, people are going to win a lot of money.
Yeah, well, Chad, season series, I'll remind you that the last time the Devils were in the playoffs with Taylor Hall as the Heart, they swept Tampa in the series and then lost in 5. So yeah, I wouldn't take that too far.
You're right, and you've always got to kind of take it with a grain of salt. But that's kind of how I did each pick here. I did my pick and how many games. I ranked their forwards, defense, and goalies just off the top of my head, who I think who wins that matchup, the season series, and then what their actual odds are according to Money Puck. I did the Athletic too, but I use Money Puck more often, so that's just how I did it. But you're right, the season series, I think it means something, but the playoffs are a different animal, so you can't put too much weight into that for sure.